Why? Well, I'll tell you why, but let me tell you a little story first. I haven't seen the previous Pixar movies other than Incredibles. I haven't seen Finding Nemo, I haven't seen Ratatouille, and I haven't seen Cars. Where, but now that I've seen Cars like a few months back, it was okay. Nothing really special. It was a. This is why I didn't like these three movies. I haven't seen still Ratatouille, but Finding Nemo and Cars didn't do much for me because they were the typical. Oh yeah, it's the talking creatures gimmick. Great, and that's why they didn't really do anything for me. Ratatouille might do something for me because it's the only appeal for me is Brad Bird. If Brad Bird wasn't on this, I wouldn't watch it. So I definitely want to see it after I go see Wall-E. But the reason I want to see Wall-E is because it's so different. It just gives me back to how Toy Story was. Like the amount of hype for it is pretty big. People are being really satisfied by it. Um, I feel like they have the magic back. I heard they've been wanting to do this movie for so long since Toy Story. So it definitely looks like they're doing something very original in that they're doing something completely different. It has no talking thingy. There's no dialogue, obviously. Don't spoil me if there is, because some people have, and I'll just try to close my brain off. But basically, the only resemblance to previous Pixar films, which interests me because of this very small resemblance to previous Pixar movies, is that it's giving personality to an inanimate object. In this case, a trash robot, which is similar to the Pixar lamps. So that's the only resemblance. So I'm really excited, and people are saying it could be the best film of the year because, uh, like that's what I got with Spirit Away. So I hope I get this with this, special movie. I hope so. Gives me that Toy Story love back. So on to other things. The reason I will miss Hancock is mostly because I've heard that it's not so good. It kind of fails on all things. If you've seen PulpSecret.com, like if you follow the stack, Alex reviewed it and he said it was, okay. It did stuff that was funny, but it's nowhere on the level of Wanted in terms of its action, I've heard. And Wanted really impressed me with the action. The story, because it wasn't explained, I think the story kind of failed. Because if they had explained the Lumen of Fate, if they had explained the Weavers and all this spoilerish stuff, I would have been really satisfied. But they didn't. And I've heard it's going to be made into a trilogy, so maybe if they get enough money. I mean, I've heard they've done like 51 million for their opening weekend, which is like the third biggest after Matrix Reloaded and 300. So I'm very excited that it made that much money because then I want to see what happened to the story. But the dad twist is really amazing. Like they're very well handled. The action's great, humor is great. James McAvoy is total badass. I love the whole ordinary person becomes badass thing, and it is the best action of the movie so far until Dark Knight comes out. No doubt about it. I've seen all the action movies. This is it. And Speed Racer was also another one which action was pretty mind-blowing. Incredible Hulk and Iron Man were pretty disappointing in terms of action. If you are an action freak and go for choreography and creative stuff that you've never seen before, because Iron Man was building up, Hulk was more like Iron Man building up and then not doing anything with the end with all the creative abilities that Iron Man can do. And Hulk was more like three action scenes that are really good on their own, but I've seen a better action scene in the first Hulk movie. It did the Hulk really right. I like him mean, I like this way, and I like the pacing way better because the first movie did get pretty slow and drawn out. But what I want to get to really is, I just want to talk about, games I've been playing. Orwell Stranger, not backwards compatible, but you should get it. You should at least buy an Xbox just for this game. And really that's it. I'm waiting for Dark Knight. It's been very hard to keep down the spoilers. I've heard people saying it's a masterpiece, best film of the year, so it's really hard to close my ears until I see it on IMAX, because that's the only way I'm going to see this movie. I'm going to see it multiple times in normal cinemas maybe, but definitely in IMAX should be my first experience because IMAX really heightens everything. So yeah, that's it, and can't wait to see Wall-E next week.